Hi, welcome to Concussion Talk Podcast. I'm Nick Mercer. This is the first episode since the summer. Well, actually, probably just 3 weeks now, but feels like a long time because I've been away. But yeah, so it's episode 98. It's the first one since, like I said, since August, since Neurovine, so since mid-August. And I'm on now with Cassandra Stockley. But first, before I introduce her more fully, or she introduces herself more fully, to be exact, I will let my sponsors have a word now. Head Check Health. Concussion Talk Podcast is presented by Head Check Health. Head Check Health bridges the gaps in concussion care through simple, powerful technology. Join organizations like the Canadian Football League, Track Factory Racing, the Canadian Junior Hockey League, Eastern Washington University, and Volleyball Canada, who rely on Head Check Health to improve communication and optimize care. Visit headcheckhealth.com for more. Okay, Cassandra, Cassandra Stockley, I was singing name, that's your name correctly. You are now the I'll let you don't fully you are with the NLBIA. So I'll let you fully tell who you are and what your position is and what you're doing and what you're going to. Well, start with that. Start with the last
Okay, yeah. So my name is Cassandra, and I'm actually the new coordinator of programs and services with the Newfoundland and Labrador Brain Injury Association. I actually did an internship here starting in May, and I continued till August. And the previous coordinator, Erin, actually ended up leaving her position. So they offered me the position, and I gladly accepted.
Excellent. Yes, I spoke to Erin this morning. I see she's at the position with the Regional Health Authority here. And Cassandra and I actually met in June. I went to the local farmers market to sit at the booth for the Brain Injury Association. And she wasn't then, I didn't know then she would be the director, I don't think. And then information, I don't know. But the point is, I was asking now more about your background, Cassandra. So what led you to be interested in brain injury and on brain really?
Yeah, for sure. So I actually did a Bachelor of Science in Psychology at MUN. And when I was doing that, I
That's the
decided
one.
to take a lot of,
Mon is Memorial University in Newfoundland, and so that's a
yes,
building
yes.
university. So go ahead, sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah, I decided to take a lot of neuroscience courses because I decided that the brain was just really interesting to me. I grew up as an athlete and I had a few concussions. They weren't major concussions or anything, but I knew they were difficult to deal with, and there wasn't really a lot of resources. I found that really just interesting, and I wanted to see what else was out there. So after I graduated from MUN, I ended up doing a graduate certificate at Mohawk College in brain disorders management. And that's kind of how I found this.
And that is Mohawk College is seems to be the Newfoundland NLBIA's stream of employees now the past 2 years.
Yeah.
And so you went downtown to do that, or I guess you couldn't. Could you go down to do that, Hamilton, to do that, or
Yeah, no, it actually ended all up being online
yeah,
because of COVID. It was
yeah.
supposed to be in person, but we actually found out like a month before the program started that the first semester was going to be online. And then we were just going to go from there. But it ended up being that I didn't have to leave home whatsoever because I am from here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did it all online, and I got to stay here for my internship. And now I got a job where I did my internship. So I'm kind of living the dream right now.
Yeah, so unless you want to leave for a few months. But so what sports did you play? You said you played, you grew up as an athlete, so you knew back connections playing sports. So what were they?
Yeah, I actually did synchronized swimming, believe it
Uh,
or not, and
nice.
concussions do happen there. Yeah.
I played ball before, it was before your time, but I was saying I play ball polo in back as well, which is the local big pool. They connected to Mun. And yeah, so that was that's not a sport where so that the aquatic center is a place where concussions can happen very easily because I know in as Cassandra said it happened in synchronized swimming and in swimming, where they hit balls and stuff, and then water polo just feet and elbows and fists and stuff. So It's very
Yeah, for
easy.
sure.
Yeah. So you just started this job now, or you how long have you been working at the as the
Uh,
director?
yeah, it's only been a few days actually. This is my first week, so we're getting used to things, but hopefully we'll settle in soon and get everything going.
And where are you? So we can so people know or how to find you. People in St. John's or
Yeah.
Newfoundland, that or for example.
So we're located on Pete Street in suite number 103. You can also find us on social media like Facebook, Instagram, and we also have a website that will give you more information for sure.
Excellent, excellent. So what about you said you just started taking some brain courses that you did you do masters in neuroscience? So I saw.
No, I just did a graduate certificate in brain disorders
Oh,
management.
right, right.
So it's kind of a different approach because there's no master's thesis or anything. We do a capstone project
Okay.
with a team. And then after we end up doing a work term, so we get experience in the field. And that's really what I wanted. I wanted to get some experience because I know that was something I was lacking from my undergrad.
Yes. So what was your capstone project about?
Yeah, our capstone project was actually about the effects of alcohol and substance abuse disorders in Indigenous populations
Okay, so it's
and the
very cool.
prevalence of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so yes, you're still getting used to what you'll be facing at the Marriage Association, what you'll be dealing with, what sort of issues. But and I guess Aaron's left you a bunch of notes and things to catch up on who's doing what and what's happening and what people are affected that need help or what they're doing. So have you worked with many of these people before, or many of the organizations that you may be working with?
Yeah. So I know COVID times have definitely
Yeah.
been difficult in the past, especially when I came in the middle of COVID. We didn't have any in person programs and services so much per se. So I really want to try to get that back up and running. Hopefully, the COVID situation calms down, restrictions ease up a bit, and it keeps going well so we can actually get to interact with our clients and have those support groups and recreation groups so our clients can actually get out there instead of just being kind of holed up in their homes right now.
And what events do you have? What are events or any sort of items do you have on the docket for upcoming? So for whenever.
Yeah. So the first thing we actually have is coming up in a few weeks. It's our second annual motorcycle ride for brain injury awareness. I wasn't here last year when they had it, but I've heard that it went over really well. So we're hoping that it'll be the same this year. So it's on September 25th at 11 a.m. and we're meeting in the old Costco parking lot off of Stavanger Drive. And we're going to have a police escort and we're going to end up at the RNC headquarters. And it's just going to be a fun time for anyone who likes riding motorcycles, raising awareness. We're also going to be accepting donations, selling 50-50 tickets and pins. So just hoping to have a good time with that for sure and raise a bit of money and awareness.
Excellent.
And yeah,
You're saying.
we also have a few other things that we're hoping to have
Please
happen in the
tell
next
us.
few months.
Anything you want to share, or do you not know the details yet?
Yeah, no, we're organizing our annual dinner, so stay tuned for that. I think it's going to be in November. We're hoping COVID cooperates.
Yes.
But yeah, we're going to work out all those details and hopefully get that happening as well.
Yeah, this may be a bit of a tough week to actually do this interview because you're still catching up on a lot of stuff and just trying to get your feet underneath you. So yeah, and also I mentioned to you before the podcast that I will be that Taya and Emily and I will be doing concussion chats podcast again. This starting we took a break in July and August, but we'll be doing that again now that McGill is back up and running. So, or I'm not sure if they're back to school yet. We're doing it online, but I think they're back to school. But either way, we're doing that discussion, and those some of those meetings will be in person maybe, but I don't want to speak now because I shouldn't have said anything because I don't know how they're doing those meetings to be online too as well. But and so maybe Cassandra will join us for that. But we just don't know what times we're gonna do that. So that's still very up in the air. But so Cassandra Stockley is on, and so just reaffirm where people can meet to kind of you and the NLBIA and how anybody across the world can reach out to you.
Yeah, so we actually have a website, www.nlbia.ca, pretty easy. Obviously, NLBIA stands for Newfoundland and Labrador Brain Injury Association, as you previously mentioned. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. It should be NL Brain Injury Association for both. I believe we might have a Twitter, but I haven't gotten into that yet. So stay tuned for that.
The Twitter is a bit weird. I wrote you just tweeted yesterday to at injury.nl, which used to be at NLBA, but there's some confusion or some not hacking, but some sort of weird thing on Twitter. But it was simpler. But now it's injury NL, but L is lowercase is weird. And yes, but that being said, to thank Cassandra, and hopefully we'll definitely know whether or not we were able to coordinate the concussion chat podcast. But by the way, I'll be contacting Cassandra later on again this year about other opportunities, and events at NLBA, and just find out more news about my local Rangers Association. So thank you, Cassandra.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. And please consider reviewing and rating Concussion Talk Podcast on wherever you get your podcast. So, and newly to Amazon Music. And also, please visit www.concussiontalk.com. Concussiontalk.com for my blogs, all the podcasts that are posted by Concussion Talk Podcast, and a link to my ebook. So thank you so much, and I know I rambled a bit at the end, but thank you so much, and I hope to see you again soon, or hope you listen again soon, I should say. So thank you. Music at the beginning of this podcast is by Ben Sound. www.bensound.com.